You are now tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Suni and Mo.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, Don on the beat.
Hey, I got so many ups.
Everywhere I go, I
got so many ups.
so many ups.
I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many glocks. Hey, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ups.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Tuesday's show. If you guys are coming here for the Trump town hall, we will be starting very, very shortly here. Suni's got it queued up in the background, so we are watching for it to start. And Suni will be here in just a second. She's also here in the background. She's feeling a little bit under the weather, so if she coughs or if she's just a little bit more slower than usual, you guys understand why. But as you're coming in, please make sure to give this video a like and a share. What's up, Michelle? What's up, Big Booty Judy? What's up? Who else said what's up? I think Michelle was the only one that said Big Booty. I don't even know if Big Booty Judy's still here. She popped in at 8:46 and she may not still be here. I don't know. But Big Booty Judy, say what's up if you're in the chat. I think this town hall, so this town hall was a pre-recorded town hall that they are releasing today. So this is not like a live event that is going on as we're watching it. Again, this was pre-recorded, but it's interesting that this actually was taking place. I hadn't heard anything about it until Trump's team posted it on Instagram. And oh, what's up, Big Booty Judy? I will play your intro in just a second. Till Trump's team posted it on Instagram, and I was like, Suni, did you know that there's going to be a town hall? We literally were just saying on the last show when we were streaming the Newsom DeSantis debate that we wanted a town hall. So this is perfect that we're about to get our town hall. Will he answer questions, like real questions that people want to know? I don't know. We will see. Hannity is going to be, I guess, I don't know if you moderate a town hall, but as we all know, town halls generally I'm sure people's questions are screened before, or if there's something completely crazy that makes Trump look crazy, it's probably not going to show because, again, this is pre-recorded. So we will see. I'm just assuming this is going to paint Trump in the best light that Trump wants to be painted. I'm just keeping an eye out here in the background. Give me 1 second. Let me see if this is it. Yep, it's starting.
The very first Republican caucus will be held right here in this state, as it should be. And by the way, in just a moment,
let me know if you guys no, Matthew, I did not know that I freeze periodically, but it makes sense if I do. I have children playing Xbox in my house, other things streaming in my house. I have literally the fastest internet I can possibly have, and it still happens. So blame it on Joe Biden's America. Suni, can you put the volume up on that a little bit? I think it's a little low.
The environment that we're in right now in my career is that while there may have been times over the years where individual threats could have been higher here or there than where they might be right now, I've
Can you hear me?
seen a time where all the threats,
Can you hear my background?
or so many of the threats, are all elevated, all at exactly the same time.
Hardly, but
That's
I'm
what
going to
makes
mute too in a
this
little bit.
environment that we're in now so fraught.
Are you concerned that international terrorism threats to the homeland are rising as the border continues to be broken?
I am
Okay, so I'm just going to put that on the background because they're not actually starting the debate yet. This is just some other stuff. We'll come right back to it as soon as the debate starts. But I did want to let you guys know, those of you guys that are here, as you're coming in, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Last time we had quite a few people watching from Suni's Facebook page. Not the hot, I don't think it was the hot mic one. It was the Sam Cooke one.
It was Suni Blanks and then my Sam Cooke Facebook page. Yeah.
Okay. So it was from her other, but it was from Suni's Facebook page, which was amazing. So we hope to see you guys back here. And then of course, after this town hall, we'll give our brief thoughts on the town hall, and then we'll move into the normal topics that we always talk about. So Suni, did you know that this is a pre-recorded town hall?
No, I didn't. Why is it pre-recorded? That takes away.
I
from
know.
The, doesn't that like
Mhm.
take away from the? Um,
Yes.
I don't feel good, y'all, but you know what I'm saying.
From the spontaneity of it all. Yeah.
Yeah, like live,
Yeah.
real questions that you could be
Yeah.
getting.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that Hannity is going to give him the easiest interview on planet Earth. He is.
Yeah.
I wish Trump would do more independent media. I really do. I wish he would. I wish they would utilize what's that? Twitter. Even though Twitter crashed,
Yeah.
just to be able to do that again, like why not? Why keep going to the same places that are going to softball you, not ask you hard questions, probably ask
Right.
you the same crap that we've already been talking about for how long?
Right.
How long? It's been
Exactly.
a long time.
Okay, drop in the chat. And what's up, Joe? What's up, Alicia? What's up, Liddell? What's up, James, Donald? Everybody checking in. Jacqueline, how many people drop in the chat? Do you think either that Trump is even going to be asked about this question, but do you think he's going to address anything in regards to the vaccine? I don't think so. I still don't think
The
he's gonna
vaccine?
talk. Yeah, he ain't gonna talk about the vaccine.
He's not going to ask him anything about it.
Yeah, we'll see. If he does, Trump's gonna. I mean, if Trump doubles down, Liddell says no. If Trump doubles down on that same answer he's been given about the vaccine, about it being the greatest thing we've ever invented, we're gonna have a problem. Let me just make sure this is not. Hold on. Oh, Suni's got it muted on her side. But anyways, guys, we're gonna start here momentarily. Suni's gonna unmute it when she comes back. Is that? Oh, it says I cannot unmute her mic. Okay. Anyways, so some of the other topics that we have is my friend P. You all know P by now. P's like, you guys know who I'm talking about when I say P. P brought up the Miss Universe pageant to me and the fact that they had a plus size model on there from Nepal. Okay. Amazing. I didn't even know they had a plus size. And when I say plus size, we're not talking like obese, like Lizzo size. We're talking like curvy, thick plus size, not disgusting plus size. Okay. So they had a plus size model, but they also had some other contestant. They also had some other interesting people in that same pageant. So we're going to talk about that as well. We're going to do an update on Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson. Okay. Because y'all know we've been covering that. We're going to talk about Ashanti and Nelly supposedly having a baby together. We are going to be talking about Jeannie Mai and Jeezy Jenkins, young Jeezy. We're going to be talking about that. So we have a lot of couple news today. And then, Deion Sanders and Tracy Edmonds broke up. That was another. I mean, we have a lot of couple news today. Hey, Suni, can you unmute the video? I think you have the video muted.
A secure border, peace in
There
the
we go.
Middle East.
Okay. I was just going to mute it on my end.
Okay.
Just so I can unmute it as soon as it goes live. Okay,
I don't
let's see.
think you
Eric says,
can.
I can't?
We
Want me
did
to turn
not
down a
go
little
to
bit?
War. The
No,
No,
there it
not
is.
it's
Donald
okay.
Yeah, I muted it. Eric says, best quote ever. It's not me thereafter. It's all of you. I'm just standing in the way of us. Yes, that's what he said. It's not me thereafter. It's all of you. I'm just standing in their way. I hear the Dems are getting the former Michigan governor to run in 2024. Who's that? Gretchen, is it? It's not Gretchen Whitmer, is it? No, that's New York. I don't know who that is. Huh. Big Booty Judy. Let's hit the Big Booty Judy intro before we get started on this debate because the town hall should be starting shortly.
Big Judy, big booty Judy. What? Big Judy, big booty Judy. Big booty, big Judy, big booty Judy. Stop. I wanna see you move it. Yeah. Big booty Judy. Big booty Judy. Big booty Judy. That's big booty Judy. Big booty Judy. That's big booty Judy.
All right. We're unmuting because it's on. Here we go. put it up a little bit.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Great to see you. Okay. Have a seat.
No, thank you.
Let's, before we get into issues, and we have a lot to get into.
Do you mind
let's
sending the
talk
link to
about these
Liddell? He had
polls.
asked me for it earlier. I'm sorry.
Somebody,
Yeah, you wanted to join.
by the way, I've lost all control of this debate as well. Here we go. Let me ask you, when you look at this, you look at the polls, you see the enthusiasm, you've done rallies and crowds.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the race?
I feel great. I feel it's, you know, it has to be. If it's not, we're going to be in big trouble. We're not going to have a country anymore. We have no choice. And we have had enthusiasm. Look, we did phenomenally in 2016.
Liddell.
We did much better in 2020. And I will tell you, the enthusiasm, some bad things happened, but the enthusiasm that they have now is bigger than either of those two races. And, you know, we're actually less than a year out, but close to a year. I've never seen anything like it. We have crowds that are incredible. In Iowa, we were here last week. We had overflow crowds. And other candidates have like 7 people standing in a farm, and they're talking. And it's a very nice thing to watch, especially for me. I enjoy watching that. But we have tremendous enthusiasm because they want to see, you know, I see Biden talking about, oh, MAGA, MAGA. MAGA means make America great again. That's what it means. And that's what people want. They want, with that gentleman, they want to see our country be great again. Right now, we're not a great country. We're a country in decline. We are a declining country. We're laughed at all over the world. People that respected us 3 years ago, and they respected us. You wouldn't have Ukraine and Russia. You wouldn't have had the attack on Israel. You wouldn't have had that withdrawal. You would have withdrawn, but we would have withdrawn from Afghanistan with tremendous strength and power. And that's the way I had it set up. You know, in Afghanistan, we didn't lose a soldier. Many soldiers were being killed by snipers and others during the Obama administration. And Biden was there. I guess he wasn't doing so much other than collecting some cash, probably. But many soldiers were killed. And I spoke to the head of the Taliban. I said, don't do it. Don't do it. You know, for 18 months, we didn't lose one soldier in Afghanistan. Nobody knows that. Until that fateful day where they killed our soldiers. They killed our, think of it, they killed our soldiers. They left Americans behind, and you covered better than anybody. And they also left $85 billion of the best military equipment, because I rebuilt the military. They left $85 billion, not million, $1 billion worth of military equipment behind in the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. And the people of this country just don't want to take this anymore. So we gave them $85 billion. They killed our people, and they have people there. They have Americans there that we didn't even get out. It was like a surrender. And after that, Russia said, well, you know, these people are incompetent. They're overrated. And they went in, they attacked Ukraine. That would have never happened. A million years. I used to speak to Putin about it. It was the apple of his eye, Ukraine, the apple of his eye. And I said, don't do it. Don't do it. I won't tell you exactly, but it was tough. In fact, he said, you wouldn't do that. I said, yes, I will. No, you won't. You won't do it. And, you know, he didn't believe me, but he believed me 10%. That's all he had to believe me. And he never did anything. I mean, he never did anything. And, and by the way, President Xi with Taiwan, I had the same conversation, different cities and different countries. I had the same exact conversation. And he would have absolutely, I mean, he's looking at Taiwan very strongly. It would have never happened. And again, for 4 years, it didn't happen. And it was never going to happen. And now it's very possibly going to happen, which would be a shame. So it's one of those things. Thank you. I'd like to be back. Thank you.
Let me ask you this. Earlier today, Joe Biden, I'm sure he mumbled the words as usual. He said this, if Trump wasn't running, I'm not sure I'd be running, he said at a campaign event today. How do you react to that?
Well, I think somebody gave him a talking point. They thought that would sound good. You know, I just found out that Democrats are funding Nikki Haley's campaign. I hear that Democrats are contributing to Ron DeSantis's or Ron DeSanctimonious.
He just found
to
out.
Ron DeSantis's campaign. And then you hear the talking points.
sure he's
That's the
got
only thing
Democrats
they're good
funding his
at,
campaign,
cheating on
too.
elections and
Like,
great
what?
talking points. They say, we want to run against Trump. They
cares?
want to run. Well, we did really well in 2016, and we did so much better in 2020. The person they don't want to run against is us. It's us. It's not me. It's us. Because it's a movement, the likes of which this country, Sean, has never seen before.
At the beginning,
We have never seen the likes of what we've all done together. This is me, not me, it's everybody here and millions and millions. I think it's not 75 million people. I think it's 150 million people. It might be more than that. I mean, who doesn't want to see strong borders and a strong military and low taxes and low interest rates and go out and buy a house?
I played on purpose because I see what the media is doing now. I would put a montage together. They want to call you a dictator. You use the words, I am your retribution. And now before that, you said if you've been wronged, and you used other words as well. But I want to be very, very clear on this. To be clear, do you in any way have any plans whatsoever, if reelected president, to abuse power, to break the law, to use the government to go after people?
You mean like they're using right now? So, in the history of our country, what's happened to us, again, has never happened before. Over nonsense, over nothing, made up charges. I often say Al Capone, he was one of the greatest of all time, if you like criminals. He was a mob boss, the likes of which Scarface, they call him. And he got indicted once. I got indicted 4 times. I wonder what my father and mother would say looking down.
We had a lot of private conversations in the lead up to your announcement and the day that you came down that escalator. And in that lead up, I mean, we had some passionate discussions back and forth. You were telling me that Iraq should give us oil to pay for the war, and American blood should not be shed overseas in these long protracted wars. We talked a lot about that. And you have been under fire from that day forward. Russia, you talk about it all the time. Now you face as many as 4 criminal trials during an election year. Now, I've said this publicly, and I'll say it here in Iowa. I'm not sure that Donald Trump can get a fair trial in New York, Washington, D.C. I don't think you can get a fair trial in Fulton County, Georgia. Now, where I think you would do better in terms of real justice would be on appeal. The trials will take place during...
Let's do it in Iowa.
There you go. So
innocent.
He knows how to sell. He knows how to sell.
That has got to weigh heavy on you. And what is your reaction to that, considering all the charges all stem from a couple of years ago?
Yeah, they could have done this 3 years ago, and it would have been long over. But they didn't want to bring him because they had no case. And then they saw how well we're doing in the polls. And the 2 questions I get more than any other is, number 1, will they do it again, sir? Will they do it again? Will you stop them? And we're going to stop them. Number 2 is, how do you take it? How do you get up in the morning and how do you take it? And that part is easy for me to say. I love what I do because we are going to make our country greater than ever before. And it's so important. It's so important. We are going to do things. We're going to close the border day 1. And day 1.5, we drill. You know, we drill, baby, drill. Drill. And probably on day 2, ridiculous electric car mandate. We have to go and buy a car. We're going to buy a car. And it doesn't go far. You know, there's a little problem. It's very expensive and it doesn't go far. So I guess they want to keep you away from going too long a distance from your home. But the whole thing is crazy. You know, they want to make now electric army tanks and they want to make electric trucks. But the electric trucks don't go very far.
No, they don't.
You know, on a diesel fuel truck, the big ones, great ones, you go 2,000 miles. On an electric truck, you have nothing left because the battery is so large. Believe it or not, it takes up most of the space. So that's a little problem. But it only goes 300 miles. And yet it doesn't matter to them. A child would understand, therefore you can't do it. You talk about a supply chain problem,
Sure.
therefore you can't do it. The country is sick. And you say this, do they know what they're doing? Are they smart? Or do they know what they're doing? How could they do it? I see John Kerry all over the place talking about we have to get rid of our coal plants, and yet China is building one coal plant a week, massive coal plants, and they're doing it just automatically. And John Kerry wants us to stop doing anything. We can't. We have a country. We have to fire up our factories. Wind is not going to fire up our factories, and it's the most expensive energy. Even solar. I like solar from a concept standpoint, but it's massively expensive. And we can't allow China to build a factory a week, and we do nothing. They build a coal plant, and they're obvious about it. And then Biden goes to see them about global warming. The only global warming we should be thinking about and worrying about, because it could happen tomorrow, is nuclear global warming, not global warming.
We almost have to go to a break. I want to go back to this one issue, though, because the media has been focused on this and attacking you. Under no circumstances. You are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
for?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border and I want to drill.
That's
drill,
not. That's
drill.
That's not.
No, no.
That's not retribution.
I'm going to be. You know, he keeps. We love this guy. He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, "No, no, no. Other than day one, we're closing the border." And we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator.
So that sounds to me like you're going back to the policies when you were president. All right, take a break. Just getting started. We're in beautiful Davenport, Iowa. Donald Trump with us for the hour as Hannity.
He's a very good salesman. He's a very good presenter.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to bait the mainstream media. They're gonna jump on the word dictator. They are.
Yep.
And but he's doing it because he's welcoming the bad and the publicity and the good. I mean, he's great at this. He's great at it. I got to give it to him. Now we're going to see if this is going to be in one of those softball type of scenarios, or we're going to dive into some real issues for some people. We're going to see what's going to happen next.
So far, I don't know. So far, I'm not, because I listen to a lot of stuff that Trump says. It's just regurgitated talking points so far. But I mean, we'll see. And I lost audio. I couldn't hear anything for like a good couple minutes. I don't know if you saw me fumbling around, so I didn't even know what he was saying. But generally, okay, so remind me, do town halls generally go with Sean asking a lot of questions, or do they open up the majority of the town hall to people asking questions?
Both. Up front, it's more of introduction, and he and the candidate normally talks. Then he invites on people to actually ask questions later on in the show.
Okay, got it. Okay, so maybe that was just the warm up.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe.
I mean, to be honest, because someone has actually campaigned, I hear a lot of the talking points. It's the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's campaigning.
Yeah.
You do say the same stuff all the time.
Yeah.
We get tired. The campaigner gets tired of saying it most of the time because you're going in several different areas saying the same thing. Because he's going into Iowa. He's going to this county, to this city, this place in Iowa. And so we get tired of saying the same thing over and over again, but you get asked the same questions over and over again as well also.
Right. I don't know. People in the chat, you're either this comment right here. Here's the only one that can get our country and freedoms back. I agree. He's the only one that's running. I wouldn't even say he's the only one that can get our country back, because I think some of the other candidates can probably do it.
I don't know.
All the other aspects of the job is also something to take into account as well.
I would say this here, DeSantis, I would say he could possibly do it because he's a executive nerd.
Mm-hmm.
He has no personality, but he's methodical when it comes to executing policies, which is fine. The thing he lacks is foreign
policy,
experience.
and that is a very
Exactly.
important part. Yes.
In this day and age, it is now. Nikki Haley, I just don't trust her at all.
Right.
Because she'll say one thing and then say another thing, and now she's talking about censoring people online. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I can't trust you at all. You're a flip-flopper. No.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah. And Melissa, I respect what you're saying, but you got to understand Trump, this is the last time he's going to run, right? He's not going to be there forever. So while he is the most desirable candidate right now, we have even us people who love Trump, and I'm one of those people, you have to be realistic, because what's going to happen when he can't run anymore, when he can't be in control of things? What is going to happen? That's the question. You have to think beyond this election. I know Suni agrees.
I mean, right now, I think we need
Yeah.
a son of a bitch.
You need a what?
I mean,
we need a son of a bitch right now. We do.
A son of a bitch. Go ahead, Susu.
no, I think it's delusional to say that there's no one else but Trump that can get the job done. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's cult like. So
That
when
is-
Trump's gone, then what? There's nobody else that can do it.
Right. What's going to happen to us then, people? Come on, we got to think about that. Let's be smart. I know we love Trump. I love him too. But we got people are saying Donald Jr. Okay, so y'all just gonna put everybody in the Trump family.
So we're gonna just do nepotism now?
Right.
For what?
Right.
Just to keep the Trump name in there?
Come
Right.
on, y'all. Stop it, y'all.
Get
Stop
out of
it.
here. Nobody
Stop
can
it.
rightfully take our country back except Donald Trump.
I don't know about all that.
These
Come
are
on,
boomers.
y'all.
Just
Y'all-
they're boomers.
Y'all smoking on something and put down the yayo.
Yeah.
Put it
Be
down.
realistic, people. We're not trying to be negative.
Come
We
on,
don't want you
y'all.
guys to hop
Come
off
on.
this thing because you're like, oh, they hate Trump. No. You are
No.
talking to at least these. Actually, I think all three of us would vote for Trump, right? Even though Suni's not going to vote, but like I support Trump. I know Liddell has, you think Trump is a genius businessman, but I'm thinking beyond 2024 now.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think that the Haleys and here's my thoughts about Trump. I've never seen a candidate that they are so definitely afraid of. I
Right.
gotta give him that.
Yeah.
That's for sure. They're pulling out all the stops. And right now you're seeing a lot of rhetorics and they're saying, well, he's Hitler, which he's not. And they're saying because he's this, we gotta do any means necessary not to get him back in that office. So my natural inclination is, what are you so afraid of?
Mm-hmm.
What are
Exactly.
you this man terrifies you that much? So
Yeah.
now I'm like, well, I gotta see what he can kind of do. To be honest with you, we actually have two clear perspectives. We have Joe Biden's and Trump's agenda is bigger, but go ahead.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to it.
And welcome back to Hannity. We are broadcasting live tonight. Beautiful Davenport, Iowa. Thank you all for coming. We continue now with former President Donald Trump as we now head into the Iowa caucus season. A two-part question on Joe Biden. One is about his cognitive decline, and the second is about the Biden family syndicate, as I call it. Let's first play an RNC ad.
What
about
kind of
Joe
town
Biden.
hall is
Take a look.
this?
But the nature, not when the political coverage,
See, this is a waste of time.
look,
We already
already
know,
know.
he's on a cognitive decline. Like,
Yeah,
we know
this
this.
is a waste of time.
some of the political players and some of the,
And it's sad, dude. It's fucking sad. Freaking sad. Sorry.
let me ask
And
you a rhetorical question.
they're slowing this down because I watched this and this is not how this went.
No, anyways,
I don't even like the guy, and I'm
So,
gonna stick up for him in
I
that
play
one.
tape from almost every day. I think
I'm
another
not.
horrible moment for him was that gaggle on Air Force One after he left Israel.
Yeah.
So my question is, what do you think about his cognitive state? And number two, the issue of Hunter Biden, Joe Biden lying to the country as a candidate and president. I never had a discussion with Hunter or my brother or anybody for that matter on foreign business deals. We know, according to Devin Archer, he was on phone calls. We know he was meeting with oligarchs like the former First Lady of Moscow at Cafe Milano. doesn't seem to get the attention in the media that anything involving you gets. What is your reaction to both?
Well, they've been after all of my numbers and facts and figures, and they found out that it was incredible. Somebody said, you must be the most honest guy in the world, because after all these years, and they saw everything, my tax returns, they saw everything, went up to the ceiling and they saw it. He is number one from your standpoint, cognitively. You like to use that word, cognitively. He's not good, but it's not for me to say. I will say this. I just saw a commercial by these lowlifes where they took me imitating him at a speech where we were all having a lot of fun. It's not really fun because we shouldn't be joking about it. I actually told Sean, you shouldn't joke about it. It's serious. We're dealing with nuclear. We're dealing with
By the way, that is
leaders.
a true story. You actually called me and said, it's not funny, because I was joking about it.
That's not funny
and
at all.
I said, I thought about it, and I said, you're right. And I said, how come you never listen to my advice?
But it's true. It's actually true, unfortunately. But, I imitated him not finding his way off a stage. It's not really that hard. You're looking around, and I walk into a wall. I say, let me see. And I do that a lot. I just sort of, at some of our rallies. And then I'll say, our real president is Barack Hussein Obama. They'll say, he doesn't know who the president is. He thinks it's Barack Hussein. No, I'm being sarcastic. So they imitate it, but they're disgraceful. I'll tell you what, we are dealing, and you are dealing. I got to know them all, the leaders of the world. I got to know them all, and they're at the top of their game. Some are bad people, some are decent people. They all have one thing in common. They want what's good for their country, whether it's President Xi of China or Kim Jong-un of North Korea. You would have been, if Hillary got in, you would have been in a nuclear war. That would have been a nuclear war. Any one of them, they're all, including Macron of France. I mean, you can go to any of them. Putin, they're at the top of their game. We have somebody that was never at the top of his game. 25 years ago, he wasn't one of the light bulbs. He wasn't one of the bright ones. And I tell the story. So Ted Kennedy, believe it or not, was a friend of mine because of Palm Beach. They lived in Palm Beach at what's called the Kennedy compound. And I did him a big favor one time, and somehow he liked me. I liked him, even though we were opposite in many ways, politically, certainly. And I said to him, who's the smartest guy in the Senate? And he gave me a name. I don't want to tell you because I really don't like the guy at all. Still around. I said, who's the dumbest? He said, probably Joe. I said, who's Joe? Joe Biden. It's the first time. I said, and that was it. And now I see when he's not in prime time for himself, I mean, years later, he failed on being president when he was like normal.
Why does any of this matter?
We can't afford it because
why are they talking about
nuclear
this?
weapons is the single biggest problem the world has. And we have people, it used to be 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, even 3 years ago, nobody would have thought about nuclear. You couldn't
Ask hard
mention the
questions,
word.
man. Dang.
Now it's being mentioned at every meeting. Every time you talk, it's being mentioned. The level of power of the nuclear weapons is incredible. Like, take Hiroshima or take Nagasaki, and you look, and that was many, many decades ago, and multiply that times 500. That's what a big bomb would be today. Whether
if
it's
this is
Israel
going to be the format, brother, you need to debate.
That part.
We have a man that can't put two sentences together. We have a man that doesn't know he's alive. And he's backed up by the media. The biggest problem we have, the media. The media is fake. I came up with the term a long time ago, and they won't talk about it.
You clapping?
Let me ask you this.
If I did some of the things that he did, when he gets paid $3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife, when I brought it up at a debate, and Chris Wallace was moderating. How's he doing, by the way? Not too good. Chris Wallace, whatever happened to Chris Wallace? And I said, why is he getting $3.5 million? I want to ask him that question. And Chris Wallace interceded because Joe didn't know he was alive. And so Chris Wallace interceded, and he said, you shouldn't be asking that. And now it's a big subject. And I talked about it literally 3 years ago. But why does all this money come in from China?
I agree, Donald.
I agree, Donald.
Hundreds of billions of dollars in taxes and tariffs from China. We gave the farmers, by the way, $28 billion. That's why I say I'm going to win Iowa. I had my people say, please, sir, don't keep saying you're going to win Iowa. You sound so really horrible. crass. Somebody said crass. I said, but it's true. We're going to win Iowa. I gave the farmers $28 billion and I got it from China. Who else could do that? Who else would be able to do it? Number one, who else would think about it? I think about it because the farmers were hurt very badly by China for many years. And I asked our Secretary of Agriculture, Sonny Perdue, I said, Sonny, how much damage has been done over the past 7 years, 8 years? He came back, $28 billion. I said, I'm getting it from China. And I got it. And I told the farmers, go out and buy more land and go out and buy bigger tractors, right? You remember that? And I said, I'm going to win Iowa because nobody else is going to be able to do that.
Let me ask you, when prominent Democratic voices like Maureen Dowd and David Axelrod and Van Jones and others are so critical of Joe Biden, and of course, he is struggling cognitively. I can't think of, in the last couple of months, any appearance that he has had where he wasn't either mumbling or bumbling or stumbling or having no clue where to go, where to exit. Now, my question is, do you think in 11 months he will be their candidate?
I personally don't think he makes it. Okay, I haven't said that. I'm saving it for this big town hall. I personally don't think he makes it. I think he's in bad shape physically. Do you remember when he said, I'd like to take him behind the barn? If he took me behind the barn and I went like this, I believe he'd fall over. I believe he'd fall over. But who knows? Who knows?
That is kind of funny.
But it was okay. And by the way, it was okay for him to say that. He said, I'd like to take him behind the... He could say that and everyone thought it was so cute. If I ever said it, they'd say, he's a dictator. He's a horrible human being. You know, it's a whole double standard we have, and not only in the law, but just about everything else, as you know very well. I personally don't think he makes it physically. I watched him at the beach. He wasn't able to lift a beach chair, which is meant for children to lift. You can lift it like that. And mentally, I would say he's possibly equally as bad and maybe worse, but I don't know. I will say this, he's got vicious people surrounding him around that beautiful Oval Office. There are people in that Oval Office that are evil people, bad people, smart people, young, vicious. They're communists and they're bad.
Who do you think would replace him then?
Well, I saw one person on who I actually had a very good relationship with, but I'm sure that it would end very quickly. I saw him in your debate the other night, and he's slick, but he's got no facts. You know, he's got no facts. I thought he did well, considering...
You're talking about Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, considering that he didn't have the facts, I thought he did well. You know, he said, we have the lowest taxes in the country. We have the cleanest streets in the country. And I'm saying, wait a minute, is he talking about the same place? So he'd certainly be one. I guess they say that Kamala would be the odds to beat. Because they say if they didn't give it to her, the African-American vote, the black vote, would not go to them. And we just had a poll where I'm at 22 and 25% with the black vote. If we have that, we can call the election over.
We got to take a break.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come.
All right, thank God.
Man, can we please get to some issues, player? Like, if this is going to be the format of all these townhomes with this cat, man, but you got to debate me, dog.
Yeah. But you know what's concerning, Liddell, is the comments that we're seeing from people like, oh, like he could do no wrong. He's the best. Like people are not demanding anything of him because
well, it's because of the fact that, yeah, can I keep it a band?
Keep it a band.
Yeah, we in a shit show. This is the biggest shit show ever. What's going on with the country? I believe that it's their intention to tank the country. No one is this inept. No one is this stupid in running a company, running a country, which is a company, is what it is.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so what it is people are remembering that under Trump it was better, and now we're in this shit show. And so now they're like, we just need to get him back in to implement his plan again. So in their minds, they're saying his record speaks for itself. So there's no need for him to say anything at all, period, because all he's going to do is do what he did before. So I see their rationale. Do I agree with it? No, not at all. He needs to sell his ideas.
Yes.
Sell it.
Yes, that's right. Because there are a whole new group of voters out for the taking, right? That are not wanting to vote for Joe Biden, are not impressed by what they're being offered on the Democratic side. So he needs to be speaking to those people. He needs to be campaigning to those people. Maria, listen, this is a show where we have comments, okay? Where we subscribed so that you guys could watch this. Please don't tell us what to do on our platform. We love you, baby, but please, don't come over here and tell us what to do. Otherwise, go watch it somewhere else or go pay for the subscription yourself to go watch it. Sorry about that. James or whoever asked about the question and answer, it'll be coming. Liddell says it's typically split in half that way.
It is. But it'll be all right. It is what it is. But I kind of expected this a little bit with Trump. I was on before with you guys when it came to the other candidates. I was like, it's probably wise for me to come on if you guys are welcome to come on to comment on what's going on there. But I can tell you this right now: next year in 2024, it's going to get worse economically. It's going to get a lot worse.
You think?
Why or why
Oh
not?
yeah. I agree with you. I've been listening to your show and all the other economic, housing market, all this other stuff. What did this comment say? Why and what else can we demand from Trump? He already has let everyone know what his plans and goals are. What do you want to hear? It's not about what.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. You go ahead. You're the guest. Go ahead.
That's a great question, Therese. I think it's Therese. So forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. That's a great question. Well, still, it's not just for us, those that may support him already. Remember, there's a constituents that didn't vote for him in 2020. So he's having to resell these types of his ideas because they didn't vote for him before.
Right.
So he's gonna have to retell these things again. It's not just for us, it's for the masses. That makes sense. From a marketing standpoint online and also in the town hall. That makes sense.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. And we love Cherie. She's a longtime listener of our show. But this is the type of mentality that we're dealing with. I don't agree with everything he's done, but I don't think he needs to debate. I could not disagree with that comment more.
Well, I understand her rationale because of the fact that, hey, I got to be fair with Cherie. Cherie, she's like, he's 40 points, 50 points, 60 points ahead. I'm rocking with you. At the exact same time, that is great for you, Cherie. But remember, your vote alone does not get him elected. Others who didn't vote for him in 2020 need to hear his ideals sold to them because all they've heard was one side of the sphere. He needs to come in and give his side of the sphere and sell them to close the deal. That makes some sense.
Right. Agreed. See, it's a good thing we have you here because you have a smooth way. That's why we call you Saint Liddell.
I'm not a
You
saint.
have such a saintly way of putting things.
I'm not a saint. No, no, sir. I'm not a saint. No, I'm not.
Oh man, I want to see. Listen, I want to see him debate just because that's where I really see the Trump I love is like when he's debating. You know what I mean? That's where we get the gifts we love, the memes we love, all this stuff. And it's not just for that. I think there's a lot of things that for me personally, as a voter, because I have a vote to give as well, that, there's questions I have of him that I would like to hear him answer about, like the stuff with the vaccine, right? I would like to hear his plan on how he's going to quickly fix what's going on right now in the Middle East and with Ukraine and all this other stuff. Because he said, well, it's going to be fixed. It's going to be fixed quick. Okay. I want to know how you're going to do that.
That's correct.
I really want to know. Okay. I want to know why, when you were campaigning the first time around crooked Hillary, why is she still being crooked out in the world? Like, why didn't you do anything about her? Why didn't you go after all these rhinos that you said you were going to go after, the swamp? And I mean, you went after a great deal of them, but I'm sorry. I just can't sit here and pretend he does no wrong. All right, we're back on.
Okay, let's hope we get some questions now.
Let's hope.
Welcome back to Hannity. We are in Davenport, Iowa, with a massive fun crowd, a rowdy crowd. And on with GOP frontrunner President Donald Trump. Let me just throw out a list of some of the significant issues that we're facing as a country, and you've touched on a number of them. You mentioned borders day one. You mentioned energy day one. Look at where our economy is. Last year, $2 trillion in debt, 34 trillion overall.
Right.
We this year, Mr. President, will pay, before we spend a dime, $1 trillion on debt service alone, before Medicare, Social Security, national defense. That is unsustainable.
Yeah. So before COVID hit us, our gift from China, that was our gift. What happened to us with COVID, commonly known as the China virus. They don't like that. But it was a China virus. We were doing energy, taking our liquid gold out of the ground at a rate that's never been seen before, and it was going up. We were going to be using that liquid gold to sell to Europe instead of the pipeline from Russia, which I exposed and I stopped. You know, I stopped that line. Then they say I was nice to Russia. There was nobody that was nice. I was not nice to Russia. I stopped that pipeline. We would have been selling oil and gas to Europe, to Asia, all over the world. We would have been paying off debt. That debt would be way down right now because we have more. What people don't know, we have more liquid gold than any other country in the world by far. And we started off in fourth place. We were number 4. It was Saudi Arabia, it was Russia, it was 2 countries fighting for number 3, and it was us at number 4 or 5. By the time I left, we were number 1 by 25%. We would have been number 1 by 100, and we would have done twice what they were going to do combined. We would have been paying off debt, and we would have been reducing taxes. We gave you the biggest tax cut in the history of our country, bigger than the Reagan tax cut. We would have been reducing taxes still further. And that's why, Sean, that's why we had the most jobs of any president ever. Because we got rid of regulations, tremendous. No president got rid of more regulations or close. And we gave you the big tax cuts. So everybody had incentive and everybody was happy and everybody was working. I remember groups came to see me that wouldn't normally like me. And they said, we've never seen anything like it. We were actually starting to get along, but we got hit with the China virus. Some people think purposely. I don't. I think it was incompetence. But some people think purposely, because we were doing so much better than any other country ever, and we got hit. But I will tell you, we would be paying that debt off right now at levels like never seen before, so and it would have been a beautiful thing.
You brought us to energy independence for the first time in 75 years. Before you ran, I remember we had many discussions about energy independence, and you're saying that you would, in a second term, you will push America to be the most energy dominant country on earth, and that you could pay down that $34 trillion in debt, and we won't have a $1 trillion interest payment every year.
That's right. We would get it way down, and you know.
Please let us know how. I understand the concept. Tell me how.
It's Biden inflation. That's what it is. What he did with energy is unbelievable, because energy went up so much. Gasoline, $5, $6 a gallon. That's what caused inflation. Now it's all over the place, but you have 29% total inflation. Now when it holds up, because the economy is starting to slow down very substantially, so when it holds up, he's saying, well, we don't have too much inflation, but he doesn't talk about all of the inflation that you've had to suffer over the last 3 years. No, we will have numbers like you've never seen. We have a thing in Alaska called ANWR. Ronald Reagan tried to get it approved. Everybody, Bush maybe a little bit, you know, he didn't work as hard. But we have ANWR in Alaska, the biggest anywhere in the world, including probably Saudi Arabia. I got it approved. I was so proud of it. They ended it in the first week. They ended it. They turned, we'll get it back. But we have more than anybody. We have more wealth than anybody, but we don't use it. And then guys like DeSantis and guys like many of the Democrats, but guys like DeSantis and to a lesser extent, Nikki Haley, they want to play around with your Social Security. You don't have to touch Social Security. We have money laying in the ground far greater than anything we can do by hurting senior citizens with their Social Security. Ron DeSantis wanted to bring up on Social Security. Now, of course, he says, well, I wouldn't. But you know, one thing I learned about politicians, I've known them, I've dealt with them on the other side for a long time. Their first thought is always the thought that they go to. He wanted to raise the minimum age, the age on Social Security to 70. That's a big increase. But he also wanted to raise it to 75. If that happened, people would be devastated. We have such incredible wealth under our feet that takes care of everything. It will take care of, if you go to Saudi Arabia and they bought many Boeings, many planes, and I said to them, do you use financing for that? They didn't even know what the word meant. They have so much money. They have a fund, $21 trillion. It's all for oil. And we have more oil and gas than they do. Our country can be rich again. John Kerry has to be stopped. He's destroying our country. This guy. I mean, think of it.
Right about that.
He goes all over the world in a private jet, by the way. He goes all over the world talking to these people about getting rid of coal plants. They all laugh at him. They, treat him with respect. He's gone. They say, what an idiot. What a jerk. And then they go ahead and they build their coal plants. He goes to China about, let's say, the atmosphere. He talks about global warming. He talks about all, they don't call it global warming so much. Now they call it climate change because it wasn't working. Global warming wasn't working when it was cooling. So now they call it climate change. That takes care of everything. I am an environmentalist, but we're going to destroy our country with this Green New Deal stuff that doesn't work. Just to finish, we have so much wealth and power under our feet. No other country has it. China doesn't have it. Why are we going to electric? They do have what you need to do the batteries, but they don't have what you need to do the gasoline. We have, and it's what people want to drive right now. And there's a little story about it, but you're going to see it a lot, I guarantee you. They have so many electric vehicles, nobody wants to buy them. They're expensive, although they probably get them.
By the way,
now nobody wants to buy them.
3,000 dealers around the country wrote Biden and said, please stop making us sell something they don't want. Ford lost $4.5 billion. Let me ask you this.
The government is subsidizing that.
A lot. They're paying a lot.
Saying every time you make a car, we give you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and the people don't want them. And I'm not knocking electric cars. We should sell electric, but we should also sell combustion engine gasoline cars. We can sell hybrids. The hybrids are fine. We should be able to buy everything. Some people might like an electric car. We should be able to buy an electric car. But to say that we're not going to do, and this is our strength because we have this stuff under the ground and we have people going around really destroying our country. They're destroying our country at the border. They will allow, in my opinion, because you don't hear the real numbers, 15 million people into our country by the time Biden gets out, which hopefully will be very soon. If they get another term, this country is finished. By the time he gets out, and the people are coming from prisons all over the world, they're coming from mental institutions all over the world, and they're terrorists. And this country is going to be suffering a very big price. It's amazing that it hasn't happened. And interestingly, I had very strong borders, the strongest ever. We had the strongest border in history. All they had to do is leave Brandon Judd and leave Tom Homan and leave all these guys.
Let me put this up on the screen.
Yeah, we had the strongest borders in history.
Let me put this on the screen.
Go ahead.
Iran is the #1 state sponsor of terror.
Right.
Okay, well, foreign nationals founded our southern border because of Joe Biden's open borders.
Right.
From Iran, 659. From Syria, 538. From Afghanistan, 6,386. Egypt, 3,153. 12,605 from Russia, 26,113 from China. Now, could you explain to me, what do you think the odds are that among that group of people, from our top geopolitical foes in most cases, that terrorist cells have entered the country because of the 8 million people Joe Biden has allowed into this country unvetted? What are the odds?
The odds are 100%. Look, why do we have 26,000
How scary is that?
Think of it. It's 100. No, it's 100%. And by the way, we had nothing during remember I had the travel ban. I said, I don't want people coming from countries that want to blow us up. And we put a travel ban, and some people thought I was discriminating. But if you think about it, I went 4 years with no problem. We didn't have any problem. We didn't have buildings being knocked down. We didn't have World Trade Centers. We didn't have any of that. We had a very strong travel ban. And if you came from a country that was a country, I can tell you right now, I can name every one of them. We just didn't want you. I'm sorry. And we actually had it passed by the Supreme Court. And that was a big day. But we didn't have a problem.
Got to take a break. We'll come back. More with that from Davenport, Iowa, with former President.
Lordy. Go ahead, Suni. You've been quiet.
It's boring. You're talking to Trump supporters. You're regurgitating what we already know. And this is not going to get people who are independent interested in voting for you. All you're doing is talking about, well, Democrats did this and I did this. These are my accomplishments and this is what Democrats did. More of my accomplishments and this is what Democrats did. How many years have we spent talking about your accomplishments?
Yep.
Like, this is stuff that's already known. Leave this to influencers like us that sit and talk about these things on a regular basis. You talk about your accomplishments at your Trump rallies. You're sitting here on a town hall talking about your accomplishments, bro. Like, this is boring.
Yeah.
I'm entitled to my opinion. Maria, I know you're a Trump tard, Colt 45er. But this country is more than Trump tards and Colt 45ers. This country is comprised of moderates. This country is comprised of independents, libertarians, Tea Party, Green Party. There's more than just you existing in this country.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but we all pay taxes.
Yep. And you have to think about it like this, Maria, and people who have the outlook that Maria does, is imagine how he would need to talk to somebody who maybe wasn't listening to him before, who doesn't know what he accomplished, right? And yes, it's good that he's restating what he's accomplished, reminding, but he really needs to frame it in a way to those people who don't know why they should vote for him or vote at all. Because you guys are talking in the comments about election stealing, okay? Yeah, well, I think there was funny business in some counties for sure, in a lot of counties for sure. You have to ask yourself, Trump doesn't stop telling you guys to vote for people. He doesn't stop telling you who he's endorsing. So clearly he believes enough in the election process and the voting process that he's telling you who to vote for. So don't let that sit in your brain and rot it to the point where you cannot think properly, because I think that that's what's happening here. I don't know. What do you think, Liddell?
There we go. He began it fairly well talking about oil.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about oil and natural gas. We talked about how that we have more money in the ground, and what he was saying about them going after Social Security. It is, and if notice, guys, when it comes to these politicians, when it comes to addressing things with the debt, they always point toward you, Social Security, social services. They do all that all the time. They never look at what assets we actually have on our balance sheet. We have a huge asset, the biggest in the world, in the ground. He's right about that. Liquid gold. We actually have that when it comes to petroleum and natural gas. We have all of that, which is fine. And he began talking about how he could begin paying that down. If I was Sean, I would have said, unpack that for me. How can we turn that asset to where, well, how can we look for that asset to where we can actually turn it, monetize it, and then also make money, but also pay down the debt? That will attract the voters there.
Yes.
Versus going from here and here and here and here. I'm like, bro, we got to nail him down because he tends to ramble a lot. Not incoherently, but he talks a lot, because I understand when you're on TV a lot of the times and a lot of debates as a campaigner, you got to do that sometimes, but he does it all the damn time. And that gets kind of tiring. So I see Suni's point, but I also see Maria's point as well, because he's on a conservative platform, Fox, with the most conservative commentator, Hannity, on the planet.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
but those are his already established voters. You're on Fox News. Who is watching Fox News outside of Republicans and right-leaning people? You're not, like, to me, this is the worst version of Trump politically. He's boring. He's talking about the same thing. And for somebody who is already saying, listen, you guys need to go vote for Trump. Listen, go vote for Trump. I'm endorsing the guy. I'm just not voting for him. But how can I do my job if you're not doing your job and you're sitting in Trump rallies and on stages, no matter where you go, just regurgitating the same crap, the same stuff that we already know?
But let me ask this question. who's been the only candidate that just went on and sat down with this type of scenario, something like this, on the conservative side, and then went to the liberal side? Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He sat down with was it CNN, ABC. So he's actually went to the other side. I gotta give it to him. He really has.
He
But
did, but the questions they asked him made him look a lot better. Sean Hannity ain't doing him no favors with these questions.
I agree with that too.
If he were to, like you said, unpack a whole lot more, and if Sean Hannity were to have challenged him on the, okay, well, that's a great statement, how are you going to do that?
Yeah.
He's not doing that.
No, he's not. No, it's not.
It's back on.
Okay.
Welcome back to Hannity, broadcasting from Davenport, Iowa. Thank you so much for being here. We continue with former President Donald Trump. The Iowa caucus is coming up soon. Let me give you the last word tonight. The people of Iowa, the first caucus, not that far away. Your final message to the people.
Well,
Oh
first of all,
my
I love
God.
the state.
I
We
could.
had two big victories here, big victories. We won by a lot.
Is he answering questions?
And from the enthusiasm in the polls, we're going to win by a lot more than we won even the
No
last
questions.
two times. But we won by a lot. It's I kept you first in the nation. You know that. I was the one. Nobody else. I kept you first. There was a big move, Sean, to move Iowa into the middle or to the back of the pack because they don't know if it represents this country. I said, Iowa represents this country more than any place, and it also represents tradition. When you think of Iowa, you think of farms and you think of politics, and we're going to keep it that way, okay? But I just want to thank the people in this room because they really get it. I don't have to go through the liquid gold with them. They know all about it, and they also know they have their own liquid gold. It's called corn, okay? And that corn is just as good. But I love you very much. You've been so incredible to me. I'm going to be around for the next, it's 5 weeks now. And we'll be coming here a little bit. And then the last couple of weeks, we'll be blitzing because we don't want to we're up, I guess, by like 30 or 40 points, but we're not taking any chances. We don't want to take any chance. And you know, the really nice thing, you know, when you have a good time and when you love people and they love you, this hour went so fast. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Wait.
President Donald Trump.
All right.
Unfortunately, that's
All
all
right.
we have left this
Hey,
evening.
look.
Thank you for being with us.
Listen, I'm sorry, but I'm
I
right.
feel-
The rest of the everybody else is wrong. He took no questions. They asked nothing
Listen.
hard. He sat on the stage and
Wow.
regurgitated stuff that we already know. And how do I know? Because we know demographics. We're in show business. The same people click on their TV and turn on the same damn thing every day. Go look at the breakdowns coming out of Fox News and tell me how many independent voters are watching. Go for it.
Yeah. You know what?
We don't
I'm gonna tell
watch
you
Fox News, bro.
I really thought there would be at least some questions. Unless the questions were so terrible, they just cut that whole segment out. Because remember, this is pre-recorded. This isn't live.
Wow.
I cannot. That was bad. That was a bad move on his part, not to have questions.
I don't. Here's the thing about it, though. I gotta give. It's not gonna hurt him. It's not hurt him at all. I mean, we don't like it, but the average voter, this is not hurt him at all, guys.
He ain't got a
Who's
campaign.
going-
You want?
He really doesn't.
Oh, you want to know what his campaign is? You want to know? Biden sucks. The same way that Biden won the 2020 election, Trump's going to win the election the same way. Biden sucks. That is exactly how Biden won. Trump sucks. Trump did this. Trump did that. This, that, and the third. That's all they're going to do for this election. Biden's horrible.
Real talk, he does suck, though. I got to give it to him.
He does.
He does
but
suck. He does, but he's not. That's what he's going to run on. How horrible Biden is.
Hey, I got. I mean, and I'm trying to be the rational person in the room. So because I know soon as she's gonna go in. I know you're gonna go in as well. I'm just like, yo, from a logical standpoint, but it doesn't help him. So what's the point of this? It does help him because of the fact that it's not going to wound him. His only audience right now is the Republican voter. This is the primary, not the general election yet. This is the primary, guys. That's what it is. This is a primary. When I was running, I was told, hey, watch what you say because your audience during the primary is the conservative people. And I just said, I don't give a damn about none of that. I'm just going to give the truth. That was me. But at the exact same time, right now, guys, his audience is the conservatives. That's it. That's it. Now, if he gets the nomination, what happened is he'll go a lot more on liberal outlets, things of that nature, because now he's talking about the general election now. So that's what's going on. Now,
What do you mean if he gets the nomination? Come on.
Hey, again, I'm trying to be rational here. Rational. I'm trying to be rational. That's all I'm trying to be. That's it. Don't shout me down. Sudi Mo, I'm not Trump. I'm a friend.
Yeah.
I'm a friend.
Vanessa, if he wanted to get Sunni back, he would have to completely denounce the LGBTQ people. He would have to drop all his log cabin donors, and
he had to fly out to Japan. You know what I'm talking about? Land on the Air Force base or the Army base.
See, look,
come on in, get the Secret
with
Service
a Panthers jersey on.
There you go. Bring Cam with him too.
Wow.
Bring Cam with him. You know what I'm talking about?
Wow.
Bring it in. Take it.
Do you see this?
Fly back to the
See
U.S.
this?
Or go to a Pantherette game in the box. in the box. Come back to Japan. She said, I got to vote now. She said yes.
Listen.
That's funny.
See, look, I'm a simple voter. Stand on your principles. That's it. Stand on your square. Do that.
Right.
If you can't do that, then I'm just not interested in voting. And that's okay. That is perfectly fine. Because my one vote is not trumping anything. Nor is it taken away from anything. And plus, my husband votes, so I don't need to vote. And his vote for this house is Trump.
Sunni people died for you to vote. You need to go ahead and vote.
Please.
I'm sorry.
I will vote locally for the rest of my life. I promise I will. Who do you like? I'm not interested in anybody. I want someone younger. I want someone who is going to be Christian and led by God. But that doesn't exist. Not in politics. So, this is the reason why I'm telling people to vote for Trump. That's it.
Yeah. Guys, let's keep it a band. This whole vaccine thing that y'all got, this dude is not going to renounce to the vaccine, y'all. Stop it. It's his vaccine.
I don't think but he should talk about the American people who were injured by it, or else don't call yourself the people's president.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing, Liddell, is there's so many people, like when you think about now, they're bringing up again the military men and women that lost their jobs because of that, right? That's a big deal. And I know that there's a lot of people that were Trump supporters, like Sunni, you know, that's another issue that really bugs her, that they have a hard time with that. Just like people who are directly related to all this J6 stuff, right? He has yet to really say anything about those people. I mean, he said, oh, it's wrong. And he's kind of pussyfoot around it, but there's people that want to hear answers on that.
I'm rocking with you, but if you guys are wanting him to renounce it or talk bad about it, you are smoking on some yin yang. Let it go. It's his vaccine. We're talking about Trump.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
Okay.
Come on, y'all.
Not voting is one half vote for Biden. We must cancel out of wacko. I don't know, bro. It's not a bad attitude. You guys just don't like hearing people who aren't diehard Trump fans. And that's a problem. I don't have to be a diehard Trump fan to understand that he's the best option, but also give critique. None of my critiques are false. Go fact check anything I've said here today. Fact check it. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in voting for someone who wants to decriminalize homosexuality internationally, but can't do anything for our country. No, I'm not voting. I'm not interested in voting for DeSantis, who only went to 3rd grade to shield our children from gender identity politics being taught in school. I'm not interested in voting for anybody who doesn't give a crap about my First Amendment. Why do we have so many anti-Semitic laws?
And Vanessa,
so until you do the reading. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but I'm just fact checking right here. He did not say he would free them 100%. He said he would take a look at it. There's a difference.
Take a look at what?
Take a look at the people who were in prison for J6, and he would take a look at it on basically on a case to case basis. He's not saying everybody doesn't deserve to be locked up, which I agree. Some people do probably deserve it, but whatever. I probably just lost another 20 followers saying that.
It's all good. We're just like,
Y'all,
you live in a world that has real people in it, man. Like,
y'all, it's really okay to have different opinions, y'all. It's okay, y'all. It's gonna be just fine. You're not gonna lose your life. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
This comment cracks me up. Pence hired Dr. Fauci. No, he didn't. Dr. Fauci has been there. He has been there. Okay.
What in the world?
Right.
I mean,
Jericho, you understand that Dr. Fauci has actually been in the government for 50 years.
yeah, he doesn't actually, and that's why Trump actually couldn't just get rid of him because he didn't get hired by Trump.
He couldn't fire him. No, he can't.
Yeah. Doesn't work that way.
Wow, this is Lord.
He's been there since 1969. Mr. Pence hired Dr. Fauci. Y'all, here's the thing. Keep watching our show because we're going to help you guys out. This is what we're here for, is to kind of open your eyes up.
Man, guys, this was fun. This was fun, guys. As far as getting in with you guys, the town hall, which is really an interview with a whole bunch of people in the room. There was no damn town hall.
That was no town hall.
Not at all. Period.
That was a Trump rally with an audience, a smaller audience.
That's all it was. Again, this is not going to hurt him at all. His audience is the conservatives right now because it's the primary, and he'll end up winning Iowa probably pretty easily.
Yeah,
pretty easily.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, when you have Chuck Grassley on your squad already, he's an Iowa senator. He runs Iowa. He runs it. I mean, DeSantis got the Iowa governor, I believe. But that means nothing. She's not Chuck Grassley at all. Chuck runs Iowa. He runs it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm sorry that it wasn't all I thought it was going to be, Suni. I thought it was going to be a lot. I hate to say it, but that Newsom-DeSantis debate was much better.
It was better.
And,
it was more
and I hope y'all caught that Trump said he liked Newsom, actually. He said, we're pretty good with each other, aside from the fact that he's a slick snake that doesn't know the facts or whatever he said.
He don't know the facts.
Hey, man.
Well, guys, man, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all have y'all show. Thank y'all so much. You're doing a great job. Hey, you know what, Joe? He said his mic low, but my mic is low.
Voice. It's your voice. You have that like sultry, deep voice, that.
Oh, can you hear me, Joe? Can y'all hear me well or no? Can y'all hear me good?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, Joe, Joe, I don't know who you are, brother, but I like you too, big dog, man. Appreciate you, man.
Tell the people where they can follow you.
Man, you see that beautiful name on the screen, my first and last name. You'll never forget it because it's the best name you ever seen in your life, which is real simple. You can follow me on any platform you want, anytime. I have a show called the Counter Move Podcast on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m., right? And on Friday, we do real estate training lives on all platforms. Come get it with your partner, man. You learn a little something, and you get blessed because you get to see me. You see it? You see that thing, yo? No. But
take the picture.
And
what do you say?
And holla at your partner. You see it.
I thought it would show it to your mama and them.
No. Oh, you talk about take picture for your mom and them.
For your mom and them. Yeah.
And holla at your partner. Sooner you know. Me and Sooner we close, y'all, because she likes the Pantherettes, and I'm a Cowboy fan, and so my Cowboys
couldn't help himself.
Not at all. I have to get it to you one time. The Cowboys are winning fairly well, and unfortunately, her Panthers suck ass.
Hey, wait, Liddell, before you go, I need to get your opinion on this. So, did you hear that there was a plus size model in Miss Universe?
No.
Miss Nepal. What you think about this? Like, so they had a plus size model. They had two mothers and they had two transgenders. Okay. And
What?
this was Miss Nepal. And I wasn't even aware. Yeah. They were trying to
Two
hit
transgenders.
all the equity.
Hell no.
They were they were trying to hit all the equity. So they had this is Miss Nepal here, and she came on as the full figure. They only had one representing the full figured girls.
That's a woman, right?
Yeah, this is a woman. This is a woman.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, her
Good.
name is
Gotta ask the question.
Jane Depica Garrett. Makes her first appearance as a plus size model in Miss Universe.
Okay.
Yeah,
what's
she was
the
Miss
question?
Nepal. I was just curious what you thought about this. Do you think this is a game changer? Aside from the fact that they put two transgendered in there, but now I don't understand what the big deal was about putting two mothers. I didn't know you couldn't be a mother before. But
the transgender garbage, that's trash. No, hell no. Get your ass out. Number two, the plus size model, I'm okay with it. That's
You're okay
fine.
with it?
It's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
she got some curves. Praise the Lord on some curves. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Wrong with it.
I think it's
She eats
good. Like
food.
she eats food, and
There
I
we
don't
go.
know what the
And she's pretty. She's pretty.
She's pretty. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's
pretty.
pretty.
So
I don't know
ain't
what the
wrong with it.
qualifications were before. Like if you had to be a certain size to be
Yeah.
Miss Universe, but I mean, I would think just because of the past, they had so many skinny people as Miss Universe. But anyways, shout out to the thick girls out there
That's
with
all
the little
right,
curves.
That
Oh,
means
Lord, we
you
gotta
eating
get on
some
that.
food. Praise the Lord. Eat. It's okay to eat the food. Eat, y'all. All right, y'all. God
All right,
bless you
guys.
man. Thanks so much, guys.
All right, bye.
Bye now.
I had to sneak that one in real quick. Oh, she's on mute.
Sorry, I'm just coughing.
Oh, she's having a coughing attack. Never mind. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many followers I lose after every time I get on talk about Trump or state one thing about Trump that doesn't, side with the always Trumpers. I always lose 100-something followers on Instagram, and my YouTube be going down.
People want to hear your opinions come out of their opinions come out of your mouth. And when it
Yeah.
doesn't, they're like, oh, you're just mad or you're just angry or why are you so negative? I just have a different
Yeah.
perspective as you from you.
Yeah. For sure. What do you want to talk about, Suni? What topic you got on the agenda? I know you sent me a bunch of stuff on WhatsApp.
I don't have WhatsApp.
Or not WhatsApp, on Messenger.
Rub it in my face. Let's talk about this police officer who got caught doing the most to a suspect who got pulled over for a alleged drug charge. I don't know if anybody saw this video. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to run the video, but the officer is still unnamed. They have not identified her. And this man on the car is a 25-year-old. Here, let me read the article. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And excuse my background. An Alabama police officer has been placed on leave after a video showed her arresting a handcuffed man, hitting him with a stun gun. The unidentified cop from the Reformed Police Department in Pickens County was seen on camera swearing at a black man while he was handcuffed on Saturday. District Attorney Andy Hamlin said the man wearing a white t-shirt and gray sweats and a baseball hat was being arrested on a trafficking fentanyl charge. The female officer shoots at the cuffed man to get down and lay down in front of the vehicle with his face down. As she begins to go through his pockets, she ends up finding a weapon, which is what prompted her for some reason to release the stunt on him. I'm just going to show the video. I'm sorry. My throat hurts. So let me roll this video real quick.
Okay.
Have you seen this yet, Mo?
Yeah, I saw the one that you posted. The one that you had like a reaction video to.
Okay. Awesome. That's coming right now.
Right there in front of the car. Stay still.
I ain't doing shit, bro. I got gun right there. I'm not doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying what you saying, oh, yeah, for. I'm not. Oh, my God.
Fuck up.
Okay. Oh, down. Oh, my fault. Oh, my God.
Shut the fuck up. You was big and bad. Shut your bitch ass up.
I can't
Can
hear
you all
anything.
hear me? Can you
Oh,
hear me
now I
now?
can hear you. Now I can hear you.
I was talking the whole time. I said we're just gonna let the video play in the background, but I thought this was fake at first. When I seen it, I was like, "Who is this playing?"
It did
And
kind of
why they
look
trying
fake
to
at
get
first.
people riled up? Until I've looked and I found several articles. Now, what's interesting is there is nothing on mainstream that is speaking about this. Mainstream media.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you talked about this, and you had given your reasons why you think it hasn't been on there, but don't you think that this is a major case? Like,
I mean, I think it'll soon become one. Like I told you earlier, I think that nobody's talking about it because there's not much to talk about.
yeah.
Now you
Be right
did a
back.
little bit of research on Sudi did a little bit of research on whatever the laws are. I think she said they're in Alabama. She did the use of force laws. She looked up the use of force laws, and when she gets back, she can talk about it a little bit more. But according to what Suni told me when we were talking on the phone earlier, is that the use of force laws that she saw do not justify what this police officer did to this gentleman. Now, at the very, very beginning of this video, you if you don't blink, you will see that she's picking him up off the ground by the side of his car. So something happened clearly before then. You can see that when she starts to pat him down here where she's got him over the car, she finds a weapon, and that's why she's like, oh, look at this, and then why she stun guns him, I don't know. See, that's the part that I'm not understanding, is her conducting some type of a search on him and finding a weapon. I'm not sure in her mind how that justified stun gunning him, right? She has the upper hand on him. She's got him laying down on the hood of the car. She's got his hands behind his back. So I'm a little bit unsure what actually transpired, but my understanding is that they have put her on leave or on temporary leave or something like that. Definitely, to me, it seems like it's an abuse of power. But a lot of times when people are going for these types of stories, they only want to go for the stories where they can talk about what the criminal did wrong. Now, I'm sure this guy did something wrong, right? Clearly, fentanyl. He maybe had a warrant. Maybe he was resisting arrest. But if we just look at this from a basic standpoint of, this right here that she's doing, she found the weapon and then boom, she puts the taser on him. Is that justified? According to what Suni saw, that the use of force laws that she looked up did not justify that.
It's not justified. Use of force policy is kind of the same across the board, no matter what state or city you go to. You have to meet force with proper force or equal force. There's also a Supreme Court ruling that set precedent on this case, also Graham versus Graham. So unless the suspect is giving you a reason to handle them roughly, then you cannot handle them roughly. If you have control of the suspect, you cannot do anything to the suspect that could bring harm to them, because at that point you're in control. So we had a discussion about this on Instagram where people were saying that she could have killed him. Listen, anybody can die from anything. Your hands are considered lethal weapons. A knife, a spoon, a fork, it can be used to kill you. It's considered a lethal weapon.
Yeah.
But the manner in which she used it was out of the use of force policy. You cannot, you absolutely cannot stun somebody who is handcuffed behind their back and you have control over them. At that point, you're just abusing your power, abuse of power.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll stay on top of this story to see if obviously there's been no body cam footage released of the police officer. So all we have is the footage that you see right there. So
yep.
We will
and the
follow.
state did put out the department did put out, by the way, a press release. They just put one out earlier today, there's a petition to release they actually released her name, Dana Elmore, from Pickens County Police Force of Tuscaloosa. And this is for justice in the case of Micah Johnson, which is the guy who was stunned in his back. Now, hopefully there has been no injury to him. I hope they fire her, and I hope that she gets a bit of jail time for what she did. You're a police officer. We're supposed to be able to trust you to do your job and not abuse it. Yep. And this is also why, people are going to get mad at me, but I don't give a crap. This is why women should be nowhere near a police department or any forms of, what do you call it? Can't think of the word right now. I just don't think that they should have that type of power and control over people, because we want to resort to violence when people don't listen to us. That's why you immediately smack your children, moms. When your kids aren't listening and you're done talking, the first thing you do is you want to either threaten violence towards them or you want to inflict pain. Because we're just not threatening.
Sounds about right. Man, too emotional. Looks like everybody in the comment section agrees. So yeah, we'll follow back up with this one for sure. Let's talk about. I wanted to do a follow-up story on Keke Palmer. Okay. Now, if y'all weren't following us, because we have a lot of new people watching, I see. If you guys weren't following us, we covered the story of Keke Palmer accusing her ex or her baby daddy, Darius Jackson, of abusing her and causing harm, or causing a harmful environment for her and her son to live in. She even released this. It looked like an inner home camera of still images, not the video, of her seemingly getting thrown around on a couch. I don't know if I still have that, but we talked about those images, and we were very critical of those images because to us, those images look like, because they were still images, somebody was trying to grab something from somebody's hand. And of course, if you go through and just pause it frame by frame, you're going to get a great storyline of how somebody could have potentially beat you. So I saw a post and somebody said, oh, well, Keke's mom was on the Keke Palmer podcast. I forget what it's called, with Darius. And I was like, oh, really? So I went and watched the whole thing. Okay. And I don't think Suni has seen this yet. I did send it to you. But they did this little,
it yet.
Okay. They did this little hypothetical. You're going to see this is Keke right here. This is Keke right here. And then her mom is the one on the chair on the left. And obviously Darius is on the right. Darius is the gentleman that she is now accusing of beating her and her being scared for her life. Now, mind you, her mother also came out and said, yes, I'm here to tell you this man has been beating my daughter. Okay. He comes from a history of violent men. The brother was like this. Okay. But just 4 months ago, because that's how long ago this was filmed, they were kikiing on the Keke Palmer show. And this little question was asked. Okay. There's Keke's mama. There's Darius. Okay. This little question was asked, and I thought it was interesting how the mom answered it. So let's play.
Oh my gosh, my mom on the floor. But I would go. I think if someone came to me and said, "Well, I seen your man down there." Yeah, let's do it. Sharon. Yes.
Well, look, Sharon, I called you. I don't want to interrupt and interfere in your home, but it's getting really tiring to me, and it's come to a point where I have to let you know your husband loves me, and I love your husband.
Okay, you can stop right there. You can stop right there because my husband loves you. How do you feel that he loves you?
Well, he's with me every night. He comes over here. He tells me that he's only with you for optics, and he helps me pay for my house. And we've been together for the last 2 years.
Okay. All right. Well, all I can tell you is my bills are paid, everything. So he must be a very good man because he's able to take care of 2 households. So as long as I'm not suffering, we all good, sweetie. And then when he comes to the door, I'm gonna say, your woman called me. But I actually had something like that happen.
No, Sharon, tell me. This is good.
We're gonna.
Anyways, they went into a whole story. Okay.
Wow.
But can you believe that's the caliber of mother that she's her mother basically said, well,
Listen.
if you're taking care of us both.
Listen. Keke Palmer got caught lacking. Okay. And this dude wasn't feeling the fact that she got caught lacking. So he said, Yank, give me that phone. She fought it. She ain't want to let the phone go. That's what the still images are, or she would have put the video out.
I agree.
She would have put the video out. Now they're putting out salacious crap on the boyfriend's family. I don't know if you saw this. This just came out 10 hours ago. Breaking news. The mom of Keke Palmer's ex-boyfriend was arrested for allegedly throwing a shoe at her husband. What are y'all trying to establish?
Oh my Lord.
She threw a shoe at him? How does
Oh,
that have
no.
anything to do with Keke Palmer's situation?
That has nothing to do with anything. See, it's just like the Jeezy and GD my thing. So now it's going back and forth. Like, we're gonna pretend like this didn't happen. We're gonna pretend like I didn't know we weren't in counseling this whole time. We're gonna pretend I didn't like that your mama and brother and them were all living with us. You know what I mean? These people are weird.
Hollyweird.
Hollyweird. Totally. Hey, real quick, guys, I want to digress onto a serious subject because this came across my page yesterday, and I told this person.
I'll be right back. I gotta drop her to her parents.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back.
So
my doorbell's ringing.
Yeah, you're cool. One of my Instagram friends, she goes by the name of Bree Cruz on Instagram. She had posted a story, and Corinne Tatum had also reposted this story. So I wanted to share it because you guys, this story just completely broke my heart. I donated. So I said, you know what? I want to share this with you guys. And now that we have still a good amount of people watching, please listen to this. Give this a few minutes so I can read through this. So her friend is a teacher. Okay. And she wrote this in a message to Corinne, and this is just an excerpt of the message, but it said, this year at our school, students were asked to make a wish for Christmas so we can see if it can be granted. A student in my grade level is asking, and this is young kids, okay? A student in my grade level is asking for food. I want to see if I can grant his wish with some help. If anyone would like to help donate so I can get him a gift card for food, it would be greatly appreciated. Any amount is appreciated. I have Cash App and Zelle. Then this other person said, same school, same teacher. She said, one of the students wrote this: for this Christmas, I want shoes my size, 7.5, 8. I want shoes because I need shoes, and because I can't stop using this. I can stop using the same ones. But I'm grateful that I have shoes and I need to buy food so my parents don't waste money on food. And so that I can be more responsible. This just broke my heart because these are children. And this is in a kind of underserved neighborhood. And I just it just really broke my heart. So I typically don't share these types of things. But I felt it in my heart to share this with you guys. So if you guys donate $1, $5, whatever you can give, I'm going to give you this girl's Cash App. This is her Cash App. Samara, Roura is the last name. And then it's AIXA is a middle name. So if you guys want to take a picture of that with your phone or whatever, that's her Cash App. If you need a Venmo, I didn't get the Venmo, but I can get the Venmo. So if you need, if you want to donate and Venmo is the only way that you can give, just reach out to me on Instagram at my Let's Talk Darling page, or you can send me an email at letstalkdarling@gmail.com and I can get that information to you. I'd have to ask her for it. Also, I know Corinne Tatum is doing a giveaway that if anybody screenshots however much they gave, whether it was $1 or whatever, they're giving away a t-shirt, any t-shirt of your choice from the Officer Tatum or the Freedom University store. And she's got a lot of people. So everybody who is sending her screenshots gets entered in for a drawing that she's going to give away a t-shirt. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, use our platform to try to help these kids. I know last night when I checked in with her this morning, she had already gotten like a couple $100s, which is nice, but the more money we can give to these kids, the better. Just to answer Alicia's question, no, Suni did not have a baby. She just watches a baby. So that's the baby that you see. No secret baby. The other breakup that happened actually just happened yesterday is Deion Sanders and Tracy Edmond. Okay, so Deion Sanders is the coach of the Colorado Buffs football team. He has basically made a name for himself there in Colorado. Previously, he was the head coach at Jackson State. So yesterday, Tracy posted on her page a message, and I know some of you guys may not be interested in this, but there's a lot of this going around, people breaking up, and it's kind of sad. This one kind of made me sad because I'm a big fan of Tracy and I'm a big fan of Deion. I have seen them a few times together, and they seem like a really great couple. I'm sure they are a really great couple. I'm sure they had much love for each other, according to what they posted on their social medias. But yeah, they broke up. So it looked like Deion and her were together in a relationship for 11 years. 4 of those years were spent engaged to one another. And I'm trying to find the post where he actually posted, they posted like a goodbye. Oh, here it is. Hold on. No, that's not it. I was trying to find it. Maybe they took it down, which is weird. I can understand why they would, but it was a very sweet message, basically saying we love each other, we support one another, we will always support one another. He replied back within minutes of her posting the message, and left a very nice post on that message. But at the same time, like, I saw a lot of people in the comments just really hating, like saying like, oh, he's on to the next one. Why do black women waste their time on black men who waste their time and all this other stuff? And I was just like, man, you guys are so nasty, right? So nasty. Maybe this relationship worked for them. You guys have to understand that Deion is a very successful businessman, a coach, a father. And as a father, those things, I think, well, his kids are going to come first. His kids should come first. Tracy also has her own career. And I think for a long time, whatever arrangement they had going on was working for them, until it wasn't. You know what I mean? I think Tracy realized, you know what, maybe I do want to settle down, but at the same time, I'm not willing to give up everything and just kind of follow behind Deion and be his wife and supporter at home. And that's what he needs. That's maybe what he needs. You know what I mean? So anyways, I wish them the best. I just wanted to bring that up since we were talking about relationships and whatnot. Because I see a lot of negativity when it comes to talking about people's relationships. And there's some that kind of deserve it, right? There's some that kind of deserve it, like the Kiki Palmers and the Jeezy and Jeannie Mize of the world, that are just out here playing games. But I was really rooting for Tracy and Deion. So, oh well, oh well. There's Suni. Man, just in time. I just finished my rant about Deion and Deion Sanders breaking up with his longtime girlfriend of 11 years.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, they broke up.
Oh, too bad. So sad.
Too bad. So sad. Anyways, what you got? What else you got?
I don't think we could talk about this on here. I'm gonna just save that for Instagram because I don't want our page to get taken down.
Okay. What does it have to do with?
I sent you the group of people that shall not be named.
Oh, the Middle East. In the Middle East.
Yeah, American, but more so, it has a correlation to our freedom of speech and conceding language.
Was it the thing you sent me with Kamala Harris?
Wait,
can we talk about that without? Well, okay, but let me talk about this Kamala, because you also sent me the Kamala Harris thing.
Yeah.
I think we can play that because that's her kissing
Okay.
Kissing people's ass. We'll play that, and then I want us to chime in on this.
Okay.
Do I
I'm
have it
down.
in here, or do I need to send it to myself? Hold on. Where'd you send it to me, on Instagram?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. You send it to me on Instagram. There it is. All right. Hold on, people. Let's see what old Kamala has to say.
On this day today, during this day,
Mhm.
we will.
Oh, yeah. Word salad. Here we go.
Been clear. Israel has a right to defend itself, and we will remain steadfast in that conviction. President Biden and I have also been clear, as Israel defends itself, it matters how. The United States is unequivocal. International humanitarian law must be respected.
Cap.
Too many innocent Palestinians have been killed. Frankly, the scale of civilian suffering and the images and videos coming from Gaza are devastating. As Israel pursues its military objectives in Gaza, we believe Israel must do more to protect innocent civilians. President Biden.
I mean, first of all, that video is hella edited and chopped up, so we
Oh,
don't
yeah.
even know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only thing I had to say about it was her handlers aren't going to like what she said. Okay. And I'll let y'all figure out who the handlers are. They handle everybody from the entertainment industry to the government to anything, right? Her handlers, the people that fund things, fund FUND. Okay. Who has the money to fund things? It's not Palestine. So there you go. Deduct what you want from that. But I said her handlers aren't going to like that, right? Because she used the word, they have a right to defend themselves, but within reason.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to get upset. Trust me when I say I'm going to hit up Rabbi Shmuley's page by tomorrow morning, and he's going to be livid. Like, how dare you say there's any limits to what we can have to protect ourselves? They're attacking us.
If he hasn't already said anything, you should
Yeah,
check his. You should check his Instagram to see if he's put something out. Him or his crazy freaking daughter. Man, they're all crazy, dude.
Yeah.
They who shall not be named. Just leave it there. I see. I have a different opinion. I think this is what they gave her, and this was the safest thing for her to say because she is the vice president. And as far as I'm concerned, it's mainly Democrats who are saying that this is a humanitarian issue, while
Yeah.
Republicans are saying no. Level the place. So I think that Democrats are really struggling right now with this conflict. I
Yeah.
think this will be the reason they lose. I'm going to be super honest with you.
Yeah.
I think this will be the reason they lose.
I do too, because it's because they're fighting for things they know nothing about.
Yeah.
And it's showing their ignorance is what it's doing.
Yes. No,
yeah.
we're not on Rumble right now. Not right now.
No. Yeah. So anyways, we'll leave that at that because we don't want to say too much. Rabbi Shmuley hasn't yet posted about anything. But like I said, I'll check back tomorrow.
Super shocked.
Suni's dying, y'all. She got
really am. I'm sorry.
She needs some tussin.
I need some sleep. I just need to take a nap. No,
yeah, okay. Listen. I asked her. We might end the show a little bit early just because Suni's she really does have to rest. We need her better for Friday. And truth be told, there's really not that much in the news to talk about.
No, there's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's really not much of anything.
There really is not that much.
I really want to discuss this so bad. But
what?
I don't know. Remember the term that I told you was deemed
yes,
anti-Semitic?
Yeah, I see where you can't talk
I want to
about
get
it.
into that, but I know if I do too much, I'm gonna get smacked.
No, you're gonna have to lure people over to your Instagram page for that one. Yeah, unfortunately. But it's a good topic. So if you guys, I don't know if Suni's gonna do that tonight, but follow Suni at literally It's right here. Literally Natsuni Blanks on Instagram, so you guys can see her lives when she does the after party. The after party.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah.
You can't talk about anything.
You can't. It's a shame that like we have to be like, oh, we can talk about this on Rumble, we can talk about this on Instagram, we can't talk about this on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
YouTube,
The
man.
main, like the biggest media platform out there.
Yeah. I know.
Just imagine
And y'all are like, just go to Rumble. You guys, it's not that simple. Okay.
No, it's really not.
It's not. Let me tell you something. Rumble is so labor intensive when it comes to posting videos and doing anything. Like it is so difficult. Unfortunately, the most difficult platform makes it the easiest. Literally click and go live. They designed it.
Did.
They designed it that way, you know?
Here go live.
Breaking news. Joe Biden says he's not sure he would be running for president again if Trump wasn't running.
That was an interesting take that I saw.
What's that?
I can't believe he said that.
Yeah.
If Trump wasn't running, he wouldn't be running.
Yeah.
I say this all the time, but the mall is open, but ain't nobody shopping.
Right.
That's just how you explain Biden. I don't think he's gonna run.
Yeah.
I really don't think he's gonna run. I don't know who they're gonna run.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be Joe Biden. And if it is, they're about to get their ass whooped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I can't even fathom how he would run, how he would get up on a stage. I mean, it'll just be like last time he didn't debate, he didn't do anything. He stayed in his basement, which is funny because, people are giving Trump the same flack, right?
Yeah.
For doing kind of the same thing. And Trump was giving him flack for doing exactly what Trump is doing. So
yeah, he was. I don't know.
I have a widescreen forehead. Is it that big?
What?
Oh yeah, you're right. Be someone nobody. It's like 4 fingers.
I'm sorry.
Dang. Breaking news. Where's our dude when we need him? It's almost a 5-finger forehead. Breaking news. Mo's got a big forehead.
I'm sorry. That took me out. That was freaking racist. What? Bro, what?
That's what he said, man. People always like to come for me.
Why did you read that?
Because why not? Because I had to take the steam out of the tire, out of the whatever you call it for this dude. Like somebody was gonna come on here and try to say something to me, and I don't care. I don't care. You don't understand. You don't understand. I used to weigh 400 pounds. I have heard all the insults I could possibly hear in my life. You talking about my big forehead? It does not bother me at all. Does not bother me. Okay, because I ain't got enough fingers, okay, for the booty, okay, and y'all ain't never gonna see that, okay.
Wait, can we? What is this? Who is Brandon Hauser?
Where is Santa Claus? Have such a big sack because he only comes once a year. Dude, I love the people that come in here and do jokes.
They're so random.
I love it.
They got Toys for Tots coming up, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Y'all are funny. God. Let me play this thing of this news report real quick.
Wasn't running, I'm not sure I'd be running, but we cannot let him win. Biden has repeatedly warned that democracy is at stake if Trump secures a second term. And he's also said that Trump's presidency was his motivation for running in 2020. But it is the first indications by the president.
That's it. That was it. I thought it was actually going to be a sound clip of him saying it.
He can't talk.
Lame.
Where was it? He just spoke on a stage, or maybe it was an old recycled video, but I just seen him speaking somewhere, and he made no sense on the stage by himself, and the way he ended the speech was really sad. I almost felt really bad for him because I don't know what type of medicine they're giving him to make him perk up, but I feel like it's working less and less.
It is. Yeah, because he's getting used to it.
He's just not there anymore. He's not.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him. He was bad 2020, but he's
really bad now.
He's bad, bro.
Yeah. Like 2020, it was still funny. It was just like meme worthy stuff that he was doing.
Yeah.
But it has gotten progressively worse and worse. And that's kind of why when Trump played that video at the beginning of the town hall with Sean Hannity, I didn't like that they already took a sad moment and slowed it down even more and made it even worse. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't have to do that. Like, we already know he's terrible. We already know he's not quite there. Like, I don't know.
The mall is open, but ain't nobody shopping. Joe Biden ain't been there for a long time now. But they don't care about Joe Biden's health. They care about maintaining the White House and pushing forward their agendas. And who else was going to run? They couldn't run Hillary.
Yeah.
Obama already did 2 terms. Michelle Obama's not going to run. She's already expressed she's not interested in running.
When did she say that? When did she say that?
I watched it. She was on the stage. I can't remember where she spoke, but I literally just watched a clip of her speaking saying that was not in her plans and she wasn't interested in running at all.
I don't believe her.
She was on a stage. I forget where she was speaking. It was some sort of event that Obama had.
Listen, I remember on Oprah, Trump said, I have no plans on running for president. And then boom, he ran for president, He said it on Oprah.
I don't think she'll run. That makes no sense. Run for what?
I mean, why did Biden run for what? This has become the run. I don't know, man.
It's true. I don't know, man. I don't see Michelle running. The only person I can really see running is Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris.
I can see that.
I don't see anybody else who's going to win. And I'm sorry, but maybe this is a moment where people need to like come to terms with. The first real election we had in a number of years is 2016. Nobody expected Trump to win. Nobody.
Right.
And I think they didn't expect that many Americans to come out and vote. That's truly what I think.
Yeah.
Versus what we saw in 2020, where he's winning and then all of a sudden he just gets demolished. Like
that
makes no sense. It was weird. So here's my prediction for 2024. And I could be wrong, but hopefully we can come back and revisit this conversation. And I'm right. I think Trump's going to be selected. I do.
Selected, like purposely selected or selected by the voters?
No, purposely selected.
Selected by the establishment.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do they have? Look at his stance. Look at his stance on this conflict.
Yeah.
Look at his moves for specific demographics.
Mm-hmm.
Look at who he's aligning himself with. Specific demographics. These are the people you need for an election. Yeah. Trump's not talking to the average American voter anymore. He's not.
No.
This is just my opinion. Like I said, I'm subject to error. I could be wrong. But I think Trump's going to be selected, and he is going to be the 48th president of the United States. Is it 48?
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah.
45.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait, really?
What? 47. I'm sorry.
47.
He's 45. Joe Biden's 46. 47.
Yeah. Okay.
He's going to win. I don't see. There is no. What other candidate is beating Trump? Straight up. Just think about it.
Right.
Just think about what I'm saying.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Beating Trump?
I'm sorry.
Boston was like one of the rappers from. I don't even know what that is.
Das FX. FX with that beat. I don't even know who it is either, but I was just laughing. Yeah. I think you might be right. I don't know, man. But then what are people going to complain about? But then they can't complain about the election being stolen anymore.
Listen, that never mattered. Okay.
Yeah.
That never mattered. You want to know why
Yeah.
it never? You want to know how I know it never mattered? Because Republicans knew this entire time. That's how That's how what is his name? D'Souza. What the
Dinesh
fuck is his
D'Souza.
name? Dinesh D'Souza.
Yeah.
How do you think he came out with a whole documentary
Yeah.
about mules, and then you got video camera footage
Yeah.
of people dumping ballots in these ballot boxes, and nobody ever did anything about it?
Well, so this is
Come on, bro.
interesting. So
Come on.
you guys could no longer watch this interview, but I once upon a time interviewed Mike Lindell. Okay. I interviewed him like with a mic. I interviewed Mike with the mic. Okay. And I was at what was it? What's the Republican shit that they got? CPAC. I was at CPAC. I interviewed Mike Lindell and I asked him, so what's going on with all these lawsuits about the voting machines? And oh man, he bit my head off. He called me fake news, Fox News. I was trying to like railroad him. Okay, so I'm gonna show this to you. I don't know how accurate this is, but I saw this today come across my thing, but I have yet to kind of see it hit the mainstream. But take a look at this. Supposedly, they've been vindicated. Oh shit. All right, guys.
State and his team initially lied about these errors, and then
sorry guys, I'm gonna start that over.
Material errors were embedded into Georgia's 2020 election recount efforts in Fulton County. The Secretary of State and his team initially lied about these errors, and then they worked with the AG's office and the State Elections Board to exonerate the Secretary of State. Check it out. Thanks to the efforts of Georgian Joseph Rozzi, 36 errors were found in Fulton County's data in the RLA report posted on the Secretary of State's website. Rozzi doggedly went after those in authority in the state to review his data. He was turned down and ignored numerous times, but eventually, after a series of events, Rossi was able to get these errors in front of members of Governor Kemp's office. Governor Kemp and his team listened and took action when errors were pointed out to them. As a result of Rossi's work and Kemp's team's investigation, the Georgia State Elections Board, the SEB, you might see it called, initiated an investigation into Fulton County's data from the RLA report. This investigation was labeled SEB 2021-181. Eventually, the SEB identified violations and errors in the recounts of the 2020 election in Fulton County. Also, another complaint from Fulton County was filed that specifically called out 3,125 duplicate ballot counts. We talked about this last week, and 17,852 votes counted that do not have a corresponding ballot image. Not valid, illegal. How much did Donald Trump lose by in Georgia? This is also going to be really good for the case, the RICO case that Donald Trump is currently fighting Piggy Willis about. This is incredible stuff, folks, okay? This complaint resulted in the creation of investigation SEB 2023-25. This investigation is
it replaying? I can't even tell. Anyways, he said a whole lot. But I don't know. I don't know what I heard. Maybe somebody can like decipher it, but something sounds like something happened. What did you hear?
They're
Sydney?
just saying, what I heard was, we know they cheated. Trump knows they cheated, and everyone knows they cheated, including Georgia. And because they knew they were cheating, they created a law. A law that you cannot delete images, ballot images, after the fact. Like,
but I mean, wasn't there a law that you couldn't go and grab ballots out of the ballot box, or you can go and submit somebody else's ballot for them? Wasn't that a law too? Don't we already know nobody follows laws if you want to break them?
Nobody follows laws.
What? Come on, people.
I guess this is new information that could help him in his cases going forward. But like I said last show, I don't think people understand how big the news is making Trump every time they initiate one of these articles of impeachment. Every time he's in court for some shit he didn't do. Now you got black people relate to him because why? He went to jail. Niggas for Trump. It's not a made up concept. It's real. You have a lot of people who feel disenfranchised and they can relate to him because
Mhm.
they've been railroaded by the system. So I don't think they understand what they're doing, or maybe they do.
Yeah.
And he's going to be selective, like I said.
Wild.
They've never gotten him on anything. Nothing.
Never.
They've never gotten Trump on
Not even on
anything.
impeachments, nothing. Nothing.
If they really wanted something against Trump, don't you think they would have it? Just think about it. We
Yeah.
talk about the the Fed.
Yeah.
If they really wanted Trump out of here, he would be gone.
Yeah.
I think people are making him more like you're changing the fact that he's a mere mortal. He's not immortal.
Yeah.
He's a man up
Yeah.
against the United States of America. If they didn't want him there, he wouldn't fucking be there. He wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Look at all these leaders that once upon a time existed, and somehow they all ended up shot via the CIA.
Mhm. Kennedy.
Come
Which
on.
makes me wonder, how is this one Kennedy the only one that's up and running? Okay. Everybody else done been killed. How is RFK still up and running?
Come on, man. Just think about it, y'all.
It's
This
like
doesn't mean that
it's like what I used to say about Alex Jones, right? I used to question all the time, how in the hell does Alex Jones still have a platform? Years and years. I mean, this man predicted so much stuff, and I was like, dude, this is really eerie because everything Alex Jones says comes true, right? But then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, Alex
Mhm.
Jones was taken off of everything because when they want to take you off, they take you off. And it couldn't be because he was exposing the truth, because he has been
That's it, you're
exposing the
done.
truth. But he has been exposing the truth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Listen. Whew. I think Trump's gonna be selected.
Yeah.
I
think
don't see
so.
how Biden wins. And if he does win, then we already know what's going on in the United States of America. Just saying.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
won't be hard to tell at that point.
I agree. I agree. Well, is that all we have? So you can go and rest up?
Yeah, I mean, unless you wanted to grab one of the other topics I dropped in. Did you talk about Jeezy?
We talked about Jeezy when you were gone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A little bit. We talked about Jeezy. I mean, what do you want to add to it? Now that the wife is coming back. So the wife's coming back and she's like, I didn't know we were getting a divorce. I found out when the rest of the world found out. And
Because
Jeezy said, Cap.
this is what I think. Why are you going through that box?
I wasn't in the box.
Go ahead. You can have it. Sorry. My kid just walked in here and was like, hey,
Okay.
what is this?
Mommy,
Uh,
I was asked to have chips. I was just asking what this was.
No.
I
No.
can have chips.
No. I'm not talking about the McDonald's adult Happy Meal. McDonald's is of of Satan. Don't be eating McDonald's.
All right.
But I think she just wants that prenup money,
Mhm.
and she has no qualms about lying and saying she didn't know, and then he cheated, and then you got one of his former friends coming out. I believe he cheated because that nigga ain't loyal to nobody. It's just like Will Smith, right? You got all these people coming out of the woodwork. Man, I saw him getting yammed, and then we haven't heard nothing else from him since.
Dude, how
That's
much you
how I
want to
think about it.
bet
She wants money.
people?
She's gonna go
Yeah,
on a bunch of pressers.
Yeah. And she already is, dude. She already is going on a bunch of pressers, but like, how much you want to bet? Like, immediately people started getting in her ear. Those people that are like, oh, I saw him out and about. I know he hasn't been faithful to anybody. I'm sure all those people got in her ear and riled her up. You know what I mean? But see, here's the problem with putting your entire life on the internet, Jeannie, who had a show called who has a show called Hello Honey, and documented, I think, a 7 or something, or 3 or 4 episode just recently, right before the divorce, trip to Vietnam with her husband, where they climbed to the top of a mountain with one another, held hand. I mean, granted, you're doing it all for social media, but dumb of you, okay? Because you talked about your relationship on your show all the time, and you talked about how great it was.
Yeah, she never said anything bad about him.
Never said anything bad about it.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
Maybe
going to
we'll see.
happen, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But whatever happens, we'll be back on Friday with what happens. Whatever happens, it'll be on Friday's show. So join us on Friday's show. If you guys are a new watcher, new listener to the show, join us on Friday. Subscribe to the Somewhere in the Middle channel. If you're watching on another platform, head on over to Instagram and subscribe to our channel. We need followers, please, on that channel, Somewhere in the Middle on youtube.com. Somewhere in the Middle USA on youtube.com.
How many followers do we have?
Well, we're about 230 short of getting monetized.
Ooh. You know what's crazy? I got over 500 followers from that live we did.
See, on Facebook, they need to come. Tell them to come over to. I even went on your comment section over there, and I was like, subscribe.
On my other YouTube page. From that the live we did.
Really?
They sent me a notification. I can get monetized over there now.
Do it.
They sent me a notification. I have to do the whole mail-in thing where they send you the code and all that. I'm trying to figure out where to send it. I can't get it here.
Send it to me.
Send it to you?
Yeah. Okay. Then I'll just send you the
I'll
code. Yeah.
I'll do that.
I'll shoot you I think you have my address, but I'll shoot it to you anyways. All right, guys. Well, it was great chit-chatting with you, and I am sorry the debate was rather lackluster, but we don't know how these things are going to turn out. We just hope for the best. You know what I mean?
That was the worst town hall meeting I've ever saw Trump do.
It wasn't a town hall.
Yeah. I don't know what that was. That was the Trump rally that just so happened to be hosted by Fox News and Hannity.
Yeah.
Okay, it won't hurt him, but it was just like, all right. Now, we're gonna see. We're gonna see if Liddell's take on this was actually accurate. And he's just talking to conservatives right now. This is about the primaries. Or if Trump continues the rhetoric. I am not too hopeful that he's going to abandon what he's been doing. I don't think he will. I think
I don't think so.
Trend of him talking about himself and how bad Biden is going to continue.
That's what he's always done. Why wouldn't he continue that?
See, I disagree with that. When he first came onto the scene in 2016, Trump talked about the issues. That's one of the main reasons I voted for him. And it was Flint. This is probably every Black person's defining moment, pivotal moment for why they decided to vote for Trump. When he sat...
Listen, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. I already discussed it with Suni. Mo's about to open up a foot page on OnlyFans where she just dips her toes in chocolate pudding, vanilla pudding, whatever type of pudding you want, Jello.
Bruh. I cannot believe you just said that. I totally lost my train of thought. I don't even know what the crap I was saying.
Mo's feet go to the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese. Mo's feet go to the ball pit. It'll be like the adventure of Mo's feet. How about that?
I don't listen. Don't tell me about it because I'm a judge.
I love this person.
I'm about to get.
But yeah,
he didn't say.
No, you were talking about Trump. That's what I'm saying.
Every Black person voted for him because of the whole what you call it, Flint, Michigan. What do you have to lose? You've been voting Democrat for years and nothing's changed.
Yeah, that
Give
line
me a shot.
fire.
Yeah, he needs to bring that back, bro. Shit, talk about the issues.
I know. I agree with you. And see, this is why I semi disagree with Liddell, is because people like me who have never wavered away from Trump as far as voting for him, I'm getting annoyed with this. You know what I mean? And I'm over here trying to convince P to vote for Trump, and P's like, "Nah, man, I don't know. And I'm like, "You ain't helping my cause over here, man. I'm trying to get P to vote for Trump, and I can't fight this fight no more with him."
I can't fight this fight.
He's the Black vote. There's one Black vote you missing out on, all because you ain't giving me nothing to work with, Trump.
Hurry up, Trump.
Right.
Hurry up. Oh man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. And I'm sorry, I don't feel good. I just don't like missing shows. I don't like, if I can get up and do something, like if I can go wash laundry, then I can go sit here and do a show. I just don't like doing it. I'm over here like my bad.
She's tough. She's tough. Listen, if Mo can't stomach putting on a little bit of foundation, lipstick, you ain't getting me on no show, okay? Because I ain't gonna come up in here looking crazy.
Man, it was bad at town halls when the audience members asked question. What was that? Oh, Michelle must be delayed. Because
Yeah.
we talked about that like probably 4 or 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think she's been jumping
Um,
in and out because she was in it earlier.
I feel like something is happening, but maybe I think it's happening and it's not. I don't know.
This is terrible.
I feel like
You see
something
this?
is about to happen.
What do you mean
What?
you feel like something's about to happen?
You know the difference between an apple and an orphan? The apples get
Don't
picked.
read that. Don't read that. Dude, listen.
Who the fuck is this, bro?
I don't know, but Brandon and who's the other person? Brandon and Be Somebody Nobody, which I think is our normal person that always comes in with the Trump indicted for jokes. He's just changing his name. You are, see, people, be more like these two guys. Be funny, lighthearted. Don't take anything too seriously.
Oh yeah, before we go, can we talk about
Maria?
how many Colt 45ers were just insanely disrespectful tonight?
Right? Mainly Maria. Let's just talk about her because she was the one at the beginning that was getting on my damn nerves.
I'm like, girl, if you don't want to watch a somewhere in the middle, then go watch it somewhere else.
Right.
How you gonna
But she
tell us
can't.
not? I don't
But
want to
she-
hear your 10 cents. Then get the fuck up out of here. What the hell?
Right. But she can't because as James was saying, they weren't showing it on YouTube free of commentary, and the people that were showing it were stopping every 5 minutes to comment.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Shit. You were just hearing comments on the break, Maria, and you have something to say about that.
Maria was tripping, man. I'm telling you, these boomers is crazy. That's who be on Facebook, bro. Don't say nothing about Daddy Trump.
I know.
You say something about Trump, it's over.
Sudi,
It's
you
a
came in
wrap.
with your comment. You came in with her comment, a comment to her, and you said this is your last warning. She was probably like, "What you gonna do? Just try one more. Say one more thing and see what happens."
FAFO. You'll be up out of here so quick. I'll make sure I
Yeah.
block your name on all my platforms. I have to go watch your Mo channel because you won't be watching it on mine.
Right. Thanks, Brandon. Brandon has
I
to
got to
bounce.
bounce like a ball. Daddy's got to drop a deuce. Who are you, bro?
Okay, we really, okay, we need to get, I hope Jerron's feeling better. I need to follow back up with him because we need to get Jerron because Jerron is like, he's funny too. Because I'm saying we need to have some comic relief on this show.
I'm ready.
We're not funny enough, you and I. I mean, we're funny, but we're not like intentionally funny. We just laugh at each other.
What? I don't eat the swine.
You don't get the swine flu. That's trichinosis, isn't it? Or wait, is that from pork?
It's trichinosis. What the fuck is that?
Wait,
It sounds like an STD. What? No. You
Wait,
need not. Hey Google,
you-
what is trichinosis? What the fuck is that? Hey Google. Google's bugging. Hey Google, what is trichinosis?
According to New York State Department of Health, trichinosis is a foodborne disease caused by a microscopic parasite called trichinella. People get this disease by eating
Hold on. Did it say pork?
No, it just stopped. It
I
says
bet
from
you-
eating raw or undercooked meat.
Which is typically pork and chicken. Trichinosis. You said it sounds like an STD. Why? Because it has the word
It
trick
does
in
sound
it.
like
Trichinosis.
Sound like an STD.
That's funny.
No, I don't eat raw meat. I don't feel good. This is what happens when you have children that go to school, they come back with their germs and they get you sick. And here we go. It sounded a lot better. It sounded like death earlier. I was like,
Yeah. But that was the
Couldn't
morning
talk.
time, and you already sound like your voice is already kind of raspy in the morning time. So it doesn't help to be sick on top of that, for sure.
I sounded like Kennedy, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do a show.
When you just do morning voice, Sudi does
That
her morning
entire
voice.
thing.
Dude, that Joker, man, I can't stand his voice.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to a
Good
word
morning.
RFK has said. I haven't listened to a word he says because I just can't. It kills me.
I don't know what he said either.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to anything he's been talking about. I haven't paid attention to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ask the people
Yeah.
on Discord about it. I don't know about it.
They know all the STDs.
Sorry.
Dang.
There was a girl who came in there talking about her
Her STD.
herpes.
Ew. Why
She
would
was
you
talking
talk about that? Why would
She was
you?
talking about how safe it was to, you know, interact because
How
of the new
safe
medicine
what
that's out.
was to have an STD?
Interactions. No, having interactions with other people while having the STD.
Ew, that's gross.
She said as long as she's not in an outbreak, then she's okay.
No. I'm sorry.
It's your
Not
face.
risking it. I would not risk it.
He said no.
I would not risk it. I'm
Shout
sorry,
out
but
to
like
Kiwi. We gotta, you know who else would be a good whore no more? Well, she's always gonna be a whore, but she'll get
Who?
up here and just spill her whole guts to you.
Who?
Kiwi.
Who the fuck is Kiwi?
Kiwi, that's her name. That's her name on Instagram.
But
I mean,
but
on,
is she
Discord.
interested? Well, what's going on with the guy that we were supposed to get?
2K? I'm still working on
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I really only want people who want to be a reformed whore, not that they want to stay in their whorish ways.
Yeah, she's
I
not
don't
ever
re-
retiring from her whorish ways. I mean,
Okay, well, so maybe we don't interview her for Whore No More University, but we interview her as like a why would you want to continue? Like you want to continue this in your old life. Like you're gonna be a whore forever.
oh, fucking Kiwi, bro. She's giving her happy as a lark. You want to talk about? You guys want to talk about herpes? I got herpes.
See, like what kind of mental state are you in that you're like excited to talk about the fact that you have herpes? That's
I don't
concerning.
freaking know.
It's concerning for me, man.
And see, even Michelle knows. She said gold. 2K's got to come on
2K.
here.
Oh Lord. Okay.
That show will have so many viewers, bro.
We'll leave that up to Suni.
He ain't wrapped too tight upstairs.
You need to have some
All right,
comedians.
y'all.
Yeah, we're working on funny people, guys. We're working on a third host, actually. But they have to be like a professional. So don't send us any Discord applications, please. There is no way in hell.
Why you have to say it like that?
I'm sorry, guys. I don't listen. Discord is for entertainment purposes only. I can't take anybody serious from Discord. Like to work with them. Like to take us to the next level. I can't. We need somebody to take us. Nobody in Discord can take us anywhere. That's what I think, Apex. That was my first impression. Yeah.
It's a show. We gotta entertain the people. And I think 2K is good entertainment. I also think that he just needs a soft touch from Mo to make him wake up a bit. I do.
Probably.
You're so
Yeah.
nice.
Probably. We'll see what I
So
can
you can
do.
do it?
We'll see. Yeah, I said I would do it.
Okay.
It's 100% gay. Dang.
Ham? No, Ham. We get annoyed with Ham immediately. No.
There's
I don't
somebody
think she
named-
would be mad at me if I brought Ham on. I think you would stop talking to me.
First of all, the visual that I got of somebody who goes by the name of Ham.
Ham sandwich.
His name is Ham Sandwich, or her name?
Uh-huh.
Her?
His name. Excuse me.
That's
Ham sandwich.
disgusting. He's fat. He's fat.
He's a little bit overweight.
Oh Lord. Suni, one thing at a time. Let's just focus on this 2K character.
Oh my gosh. No
Yeah.
Ham? Michelle,
No
Ham
Ham.
would be gold. If
I
we
can't-
had Ham on,
No. Suni. No. We cannot just tank the show, like take it down. No, we can't do that.
okay.
We want to be seen as respected journalists, okay? Not people who interview people named 2K and Ham and
Okay.
Kiwi.
Oh man. Well, guys, thanks for hanging with us. Hopefully we have more, I guess, more entertaining town halls going forward coming from Trump. I don't know what happened today. It was just very lackluster. It was boring. And he didn't say nothing regardless outside of what we already knew.
Yep.
And I disagree. I disagree with Adele, and I disagree with 95% of the comments that were coming in. Trump does have to earn our vote. We shouldn't just willingly give it to him.
Yep.
We shouldn't do that for any candidate. We need to make sure the best person, the best option is in office, and not just someone who won the popularity contest because they said a bunch of things that you like.
Yep.
So
wake up. The kids are knocking. All right, guys, we gotta go. Sunni's kids are calling.
See ya.
Bye.
Back in the mix with another banger, Truth in the Marketplace is paying homage to our roots with this latest hoodie drop. It's more than clothing, it's a statement. Hit up our website and rep the culture. Hoodie season ain't just back, it's a vibe we're carrying forward.